I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay.
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 8, read, 44. I'm scared. Check. X3, 218, chopper. 5.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Check 9. You go tight. You got fan. Check.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2nd and 2. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd down, Love. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They run on 1st down with Jackson. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Jackson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On second down now, it's Jackson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. From the gun, Love. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive,
and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after 1.
Here we go. Set. 6 orange. 80 weapon. 80 weapon.
They'll start here with Jackson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Love. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Check 24. Check 24. Hey, Charlie.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot.
It's Pumphrey on the toss. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Delta.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And now the rookie's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The open man here, Renfrow. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
90 Wolf. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Hey, wahoo. Snap.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That is caught at the 7. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. From the gun on third down, Love. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Ready.
Looking to throw. It's caught inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Alpha. 56 to Mike. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
On the set. Greystone travel. Here I come.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the pass. Mike 56. Mike 56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 56. Mike 56. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
All day, every day, any day. Mike 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch the ship, watch the ship.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Raiders 21.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Charlie. Check. Fresno.
Smooth.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shoot.
Yo, go. Shoot.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The open man is Westbrook. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
I got it. Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Second down and inches. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play of this football game.
Check 50. Mike, 44. Go. Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Back to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And he completes it to Westbrook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now again, right side. Colvin. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Slam.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll That'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. They'll look to throw here. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Mark 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Hey, echo. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Back. Fair.
Lucky.
Bravo.
Mike's 56.
Ready?
Back to throw here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
He'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense had got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Now.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Oakland, it'll end here on a slightly positive note with a victory, but there weren't many other positives in a season that saw them finish 3-13. And they will enter this offseason